Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last episode, we got ourselves the motives of Miss Green and Shakespeare of two different murders, or attempted murder stuff. This episode, they are denying it, but I guess we gotta put up a fight with more evidence, I guess. So let's get started. Continue, I guess. Miss Green. I'm sure you think I'm being very rude, but I'm not gonna be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel. There we go. You broke into the man's home. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the plate, then what was your reason? I thought I had a look around, that's all. That is a terrible excuse. That is a terrible excuse. You went into that one room for that one reason of purposely alone. Okay. Sorry? You're right, I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh, violence, oh, villainy, oh, tyranny, oh, rotundity of women. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. That whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. Duncan showed me how to unlock the door with some terps and a piece of wire. Oh, awfulness, or artfulness, or tyranny, or profanity of a woman. We will consider their trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Well, I spotted that note that I sent lying on the floor. I went to pick it up and I noticed something. That one of the floorboards was loose underneath and I discovered a secret hiding place. Ooh. There, we're bringing back the hiding place. I was wondering, I was wondering about that. That it had to be used somehow. Yes, we discovered that hiding place too. Inside we found a newspaper cutting. And a photograph. And an empty tin box. Ah, yes, well, the thing is, when we found it, where I found it, the box wasn't empty. Nani? There was something in it? Yes. Key? This rather nice key. Wait a second. What is that key for? What are you doing with that? That's the key. What the? Every ounce of color has drained from his face. Give it here. Oh my god, he has the crazy eyes. Give it to me now. It's mine, I inherited it. What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it? No, God, oh no. What's all this about? He inherited that key? It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it. So I took it. I don't know what's it for. But you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. You were like, no, you. Okay. Now what? So what it means we can't open something now? I don't care. Give it back this minute. Give it to me. Oh, calm yourself, witness. If so, Mr. Shakespeare has tried and in one case succeeded to take the life of two lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shakespeare at first. But considering everything we know, we think there's something that could explain it. What? We need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard. So I'm sure that I caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all these events. In that case, Counselor, I must demand that you present evidence to the court to support your claim. What is it that you could say to explain the motivation for Mr. Shakespeare's alleged crimes?
a key. I don't know if that key's related, or is it? I'm thinking right now, what is it? What is the thing? Is it the handprints on the wall? Nah. Is it? I'm just gonna guess. This is it! No, it's not it. This is what exactly, Council? This is which... Wait, what? Enough! A single word and he puts me in my place. Obviously. A single word and she puts me in my place. I may not be might be conclusive proof that we can provide a court at this stage, but sometimes all that's required calls right into mind. Get that key back in his possession. What does that tell us? Wait a second. No way. Is this really... Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you kill this cell? No way. No way. I'm probably going off on a limb here, am I? Like, I'm probably going off on a limb here. Am I? There's no way. There's no damn way at all. Okay, I might as well present this. Alright. If I'm going on a limb here, this has... I don't want us... I don't know if this is really related. But I feel like we're getting to this point now, and this is our new evidence, and like... I think for sure... That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file. How did you get a hold of that? Selden. Now the sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that he had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see. And it so happens that the convict Selden... Oh my god, why am I mic... Fucking mic. No reason whatsoever. It so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mission when he died. He died of natural causes. That's some 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which as yet remains to be found. Wait, what if the loot was in that room? No, all the loot is in that room. Oh yes, of course, it's coming back to me now. It's written in his file here. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That's how the paper summed it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. No! No! Shamspear is the other inmate? The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. No wonder you look so rich. Oh my god. You mean this key is the 1,000 pounds? Shamspear, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? This a false charge, I tell you. A false charge. You were with him. The name of the inmate who was with Sheldon at his death isn't noted in this file. But a simple telegram to the prison where he died will quickly tell us how the charge really is. But even if that's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's log? He wanted the treasure. There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was that in that very room that Sheldon hid his loot. So it all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all Mr. Shamspear's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense of why he killed and why he attempted to kill Mr. Natsume, but instead it affected him, and like Miss Green actually countered that. When he was left out of prison following Sheldon's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garadeb's lodgings in the hopes of renting Mr. Sheldon's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice, because Sheldon's old room had already been let to by somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shamspear subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching to the newly vacant room. However, Mr. Natsume got involved. A certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant of this case, no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamspear? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and various reason. To get your hands on the thousands of pounds of loot left by the dead convict. Okay. Game over? Looks like I'm gonna snuff it, but forget to stretch me neck. Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Shamspear. Damn. It's mine. What did he just say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh my god! Oh, it's so scary! Holy shit, that's so scary! His eyes! Oh my god! It's like that clown It! Oh my god, that's so scary! It's all lies! I don't accept any of it! Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove that I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my god, he's crazy. Oh my god, if I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me, for the time being anyway. Vanity, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? As true colors shown. Hello. Oh my god, that's so... Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so close. I just need a few more hours. Oh my god, he's so crazy. He's so... I swore to myself that I get my hands on it. And then I can almost taste it now. Oh my god. I am terrified right now. Do you really think I just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through, and he's finally lost it. Oh my god. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. He really wants the loot. I'm afraid, however, how hard you press, you'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a way. Pardon? There is one way I can finish him. No. The key. He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot, which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. Where would that key fit? Only there was some way we could find the convict so quickly. I think I have a feeling this is the final piece in the complex puzzle, but I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may as well have something that can help us find where that loot is hidden. My lord. Yes, counsel. The defense would like to make a proposal. How about we find the late convict's hidden loot? We are already in possession of something that we could give a clue as to its whereabouts. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we already used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's hull? Am I really gonna say it's the gas meter? Nah. Nar. Nar indeed. But Nar, indeed. I can't believe it. I fucking can't believe it. No way. Do you think those handprints mean something? I was either this or this. Fuck. We could use the gun to figure out where he was, or handprints, I guess. If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shakespeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings. That's right, my lord. Suppose as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes. A great detective? Is that some kind of twisted joke? Do you really think I'm gonna be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? I should thank the great bard to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shakespeare. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. For fuck's sakes, why is Sholmes here? Ah! This Hodok Sholmes himself? What are you doing here, good detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy backseats of the capital, are they not? Mr. Reaper, it's been too long, and I see your complexion has worsened since we last met. Mr. Sholmes, he does know Lord Von Zeeksten well, enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit. If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we are able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Need only a small sample of something individual that has previously touched to make the indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup that you've been holding elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. What am I to use the sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for your offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is Soseki-san's room. Need a sample of help locate held in this whole eating room. Form will a sample take? Present a person? We'll need something of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find his loot. Something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listening to court record. Hold my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? Who being is obtained with possession of the late convict Selden and create the indicator solution? The key. She has the key, right? Yeah, the key. Miss Green. Me? What do you want from me? You have the key, don't you? The key around your neck, if you please. Sorry? The key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on the surface that we can use. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholmes' skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Zelda touched in the room that he used to rent. Yo! Ugh! Mr. Shansi is one great unto another, I assure you. If the late convict's hall is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover in no more than 30 minutes. So, Mr. Shamspear, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you'll never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. Ugh! In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key. No! Give me the key to me! The detectives shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shamspear. No! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa! Oh, Shameful Spear! Despair! Be thy name! He's dead, sir. Alright. Can we see the loot now? You really wanted the loot no matter how many people you tried to kill. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all. So you have the time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, and for one thing, Mr. Garrett really has a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, after putting the room out of action for a while. And then this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing. Then 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I finally had my chance, but it wasn't to be. No, the Seoheen was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day. And if I remember rightly, Mr. Shom spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsu was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the soap in his room. Unbeknownst to you, Arbors, that action would lead you into a deadly trap by Miss Green. Yeah, for revenge.
William Shakespeare, how does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet Act 3, Scene 1.
Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That's the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Huh. Damn. So, you could have just, like, slowly get the money. But, damn.
First, I really did think it was a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
The gas supplies in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply? Yes. The always stove seems to go up in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. You say it's the convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please, don't state it.
Oh, Duncan, please don't say it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say, like, my regular voice. Alright, then if that's important to you, I'll just start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight? No, I better be not. We said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he had left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left was a bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept me driving to the back of the house on Briar Road. I saw Steve Easter looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up to the grubs grubbing for some food, so I followed him. I sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
That place is cursed, I tell you, cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there, trying to suffocate me! I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because of the stove has gone out. The reason is full of gas, and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked, no problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking. How could that be? Duncan was gone and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse?
Then I remembered. A rumor I heard about gas companies go around investigating gas installations.
A rumor? What do you mean?
Yes, everybody heard the stories, it seems. How they go around checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away.
Was it really an accident, though?
And once I had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night.
Like you knew something was up.
So I bought this. I won in the black market in the East End.
A black market?
I've never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident? I wasn't murder.
And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with and wait. Mr. Shakespeare was innocent. Nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly.
I found out the name of the man I suspected. William Shakespeare. Then I wrote him this little note.
I have green
Information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. If he had done it, I knew that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So we'd see if it worked.
And of course, Mr. Shakespeare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. I just made a good amount of the poison I bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done. It was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done. That culprit would get his just desserts.
Damn. So you didn't even hesitate at all. You just did it for revenge. Perfectly understandable, though. But damn, I didn't think we went from like you being the victim in the case 4 to this case 2 in the second game 3 days ago. When you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Yes, my lord. I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my Nipponi's friend. Oh, yes. And one certainty I did not envisage walking with you. You actually kinda helped me, Von Zeeks. Which is pretty nice. Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green.
Yes, my lord.
You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shakespeare.
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shakespeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mrs. Saseki Natsume here present.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes.
Yesterday at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from,
Yeah, suicide. You're ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle.
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be honest or not to be, I suppose. And that's a question so hard to answer, it seems.
Damn. Goddamn. Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green.
Oh!
I like to believe... Oops. That it's a blessing that Mr. Shakespeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least.
Because of you, I chose life, not death.
So damn. If it wasn't for that one thing, we stopped her from suiciding. Holy shoot. Like, if she suicided in front of our very eyes, we wouldn't get the evidence we need. The key, the poison, the motive. Damn.
Now you made the truth come out at last. Really? Can't thank you enough.
There we go. Oh, Miss Green. Mr. Soseki Natsume. Oh, yes, my lord. The court declares you are exonerated from all the blame in this matter. For the second case in a row for you, Mr. Natsume. You will be pardoned again. Accordingly, I will call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! The fireworks have been lit! Let's go! Yeah! You always feel happy when there's fireworks. Court is adjourned. There we go. What a great case. Although, like, during the middle, when Shakespeare was spouting non-evidence logic, it really, really baffled me. Especially with the jurors, too. I'm like, I'm like, the jurors were convinced of no evidence? Just a stupid testimony? Like, I was so baffled from that part. And now later on then I realized when all the evidence was getting connected all together, like, it started to make sense. Oh, yes, yes, at last. Divine justice duly done! Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there was any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache! Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes. Welcome to the Master Haro Esquire once again. You save me from doom. I'm very happy you've been able to help Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost in many days. I was first acquainted with a gain affection for the English literature while seeing a great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land by that bore fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. As I tried as I might, I never found my feet here. And in the end, I confined myself to my room to live life through the friendly old books. You've had such a difficult time, haven't you? But a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did. You did, and I've seen more of a life in this week than any of my use to date. And for the first time, I feel as I've begun to see the true face of the English that's been hiding in my room for all this time behind a wall of fog. My dear fellow, is there nothing special about the true face of the English as you speak? Look, wherever go ones in the world, humans are human, and there are few genuine differences. Yes, I think you're right. Finally started to see that, and I come to understand something. I worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans have all the same hopes and feels, and we all just are doing our best to live. Well said. I could come to feel the same way. I made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan. And thus, case 1 of this game began. Nani? Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame. Oh, I know that does my tongue and heartstrings. It really does. So, Seki-san, you inherently already know that you're gonna be part of the first case, probably. Coincidentally, kinda. Oh well. I've decided to take everything I learned in here in Britain and write something off my own. Novel of some sorts, I suppose. Oh my, you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume. How wonderful. Oh, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Oh boy. Why not? When that precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right. Yes, it will be, in a way, be literature. As of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur. I, for one, would love to read your work. Well, in all things considered, maybe for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. Again. Ah, that's very true. And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor. The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand. My goodness, yes, faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure. Oh no! If only Mr. Natsume won't get killed on the way back to Japan. But that's not why I'm leaving! I mean it! Objection! Okay. And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Yep, the flashback is over now, even though it was a pretty good case for filler. Sasaki-san did indeed return to Japan and submit a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotopo was prompted to visit the scholar, and barely any time later, Susawa-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. And on the back of that telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day, the day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. I'm guessing case number 2 is finished. Mr. Natsume's room. Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you to uncover the secret hiding place in just one day. Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? As I believe I told you, the fuck did you do, Mr. Okay, now I just realized. What did you do? My skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson? Oh, Gregsy has been happily munching an ingredient all this time, you know, Hurley. Happily? I think it was perhaps humorously might be closer to the truth. So, it transpires a man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let us look then. If you're ready, let's examine the late burglar's haul. What is it then? What is that? It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar. Collar? It's huge though. Look at the gemstones set in it. See what's claimed to be worth £1,000, or perhaps I could have it as a belt. No. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There's also some dark stains. You don't think it could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. On second, I thought perhaps I won't have it as a belt. And of course, there is emblem here. Large letter B and a smart crown. B. What does it signify if you think? I think it'd be these nuts! I'm just kidding. Okay. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been? That's enough of that, I think. Nani? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes? All the color is drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, oughtn't you? It could be valuable evidence, after all. It could be kept safely under lock and key. Sholmes? What's going on? What's going on?
Ah, yes. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot. Hand it over now.
I'd never seen a collar that large before, and all those jewels certainly looked to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out most to me, at least not once I noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. Could they be really been blood? Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? It's all buttoning up now. And you look very pleased, Iris. I am. Starting to wonder if what I could use as the basis of my story in a magazine. Oh, this case will be perfect. It's so fascinating. Talk about the latest installment of The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, I presume. The mystery of the knife in the mist. The mustached man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I can make a 2-part story. Oh, I can't wait. A word please, Iris. Yes, what is it, Hurley? I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question. Huh? What? Why not? It's a great case. Then I shall insist you limit yourself to the first of your 2 titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear? Yes. What's going on?
こうして漱石さんの2つ目の事件は闇に葬られた。今ならわかる気がする。なぜあの時ホームズさんが事件の発表を禁じたのか。全てが一つにつながるにはもう少し時間が必要だった。物語が再び動き出したのは佐藤さんの手紙が届いて2ヶ月後。その事件はかのロンドン万博の最中に起こったのだった。
Oh boy. Hounds of the Baskervilles. That's been lingering me since Case 5 of the first game. The Hounds of the Baskervilles. Like, what is that case indeed? Well, yeah, that was a great episode. And a pretty decent case. Yeah. I didn't like case number 4 that much, to be honest, but I like this case because it connects to it at least. Because it felt like that was just it. It was filler, but it didn't really do much. But yeah, next time on Grey's Ace Attorney Chronicles, we're gonna be doing more of the case on episode 3 of the second game. Guess see you guys all next time.